It's relegation 6-pointer time. Will we sink or swim at our new club Halifax? Today join me as we find out against Swindon Town as we play a bottom of the table League 2 clash. Yes, welcome along to Season 3 Episode 7 of this FM20 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. We've got a massive game today with Halifax Town as we finally jumped out of the relegation zone in recent weeks, and for the first time we start an episode outside the bottom two, but we're playing a side who could overtake us as Swindon come and visit us at the Shay. We've had a really good couple of months at Halifax, but we have just started to lose our form. We've been playing some of the top sides, the likes of Plymouth and Forest Green, and you can see at the top right we've started to struggle there, but our director of football is really trying to help us out. He's made some really astute signings so far actually, replaced the two players whose loans finished at the start of the month, and also brought in one additional player too. We've got 2 days left of the transfer window, so after the game we will hang about for that, just to see if he can bring in one more loan signing. He's got about 80 quid remaining on the wage bill, but there is a little bit of transfer budget too, and one of the big features of FM20 this year was that the director of football would adjust the wage and transfer budget more often. So I'll wait to see if that will happen. Hopefully we can get one more bit of gold dust in, but let's go and have a look at the players that have joined the club and the recent results that have left us where we are. Very quickly before we do that though, a massive thank you to everyone who continues to follow the series. I really do appreciate it greatly. It seems like a lot of you have enjoyed the move to Halifax, so thank you for all your positive feedback in the last few episodes. It really does make such a difference to the videos, and I hope you continue to enjoy the content. If you're looking forward to another big 6-pointer today, please do put a thumbs up on the video, and if you're new to the channel then subscribe for daily FM20 content from both of my long-term stories. But let's go and look at the transfers. That's what we're all here for. We want to see the ones that have joined the club. 1 free agent and 2 loan signings. One of them we had a look at in the last episode. Aaron Solman, the man who's come in from Peterborough loan. He's the replacement for Isaiah Jones on the wing. 3.5 star ability, 4.5 potential, paying £275 a week in wages. Looks a really good player at this level and has already got a goal and assist from his 5 appearances. So I'm really pleased with that signing. It's a brilliant pick out from the director of football actually. Mike Mulvey signing an improvement on Jones, and he really has shown that so far at the club. Then second was a permanent signing. Jake Turner, a new goalkeeper on a free transfer. He replaces the lone player Ratcliffe who went back and now takes over as our number 1 as well. 3-star ability, 3.5 potential, 22-year-old Englishman. Not the best mentally yet. He is struggling a little bit in that regard, but technically he's a fantastic goalkeeper. You could argue League 1 or Championship standard. He just needs to improve his mentality and potentially he could be a superstar for us. Conceded 5 goals in his 3 games so far, working as hard as possible, though 2 of those have been against some of the best sides in the league, so we can't really judge him on those performances alone. He is also competent as a sweeper keeper, so we're going to be trying that experiment soon, and it means we can eventually push up our defensive line and relieve the pressure on our back 4 during games. And then finally we've had Will Swan join. That one's happened since the last game. On loan from Forest, he's a really good young player. We had a situation against him in FM19. I can't remember which series it was in, but he used to cause trouble for us. He scored goals for fun against one of our teams, but he's 3-star ability, 5-star potential, natural as a number 10 and a striker. So for now he's going to come in for Danny Lloyd and hopefully provide some threat alongside Southwell. But all in all, I hope you'll agree, 3 really good signings from the director of football, probably exceeded my expectations, not yet been able to get anyone out the club, and that's the frustration. You remember when we joined here, there's so many players on the transfer and loan list, even some of the ones we were using a transfer listed, the likes of Rollins, Bin and Williams and Josh Staunton as well, but they've not been able to get moves and they have actually been contributing to the squad. What we do have to talk about is our month of fixtures though. Been a little bit of a mixed bag actually. We started the month on fire despite that disappointment at the end of the last episode. A good result against Tranmere, but heartbreaking in the 94th minute. Corey Blackett-Taylor, a man who featured heavily in that matchday vlog, he was the one who caused the damage against us. But after that we got 7 points in 3 games, all against team in and around the bottom half of the table. Burton, who are now below us, we beat 2-1. Dale Southwell with a first half brace, and although Burton managed to get a late consolation, it wasn't too much that was going to cause trouble for us. We are trying to work on our fitness quite desperately though, as it seems like we're struggling towards the end of games. We drew 3-3 at home to Oldham, and look who the troublemaker was in this one. A hero from our other save with Dorking Wanderers, David Parkhouse, the Northern Irish centre forward. In this series he scored 3 goals against us, a hat-trick which cost us the 3 points. Aaron Solman getting his first for us for the club, and then Dale Southwell and Jack Earing with a goal apiece. But Parkhouse a hero there, and his attributes are actually brilliant in this save, so I'm hoping he'll develop that way with Dorking, and we'll have a brilliant striker on our hands there too. Then a 4-2 win away to Leighton Orient, a Dale Southwell hat-trick which was brilliant. Liango got a brace for the home side, including an absolute screamer just before the break, but Junior popped up with a late goal to secure the 3 points. And then 2 defeats have followed since against the top sides in the league, a 1-0 narrow defeat away at Forest Green, and then 2-0 at home to second place Plymouth. George Oakley with an early second half brace, a decent performance, and Jake Turner was brilliant, but it wasn't enough to get us any points. So we go into this one not too downhearted, but of course on back-to-back defeats isn't ideal. We've got Liam Nolan out as well, our star central midfielder. That's going to be an issue for us today, but they've got 2 players out themselves, including Lloyd Isgrove, who's a dangerous winger. So let's just go and get into it and see how it goes. Then we'll go through the last couple of days of the transfer window, and hopefully we'll get a pleasant surprise on both fronts. 3 points and a good transfer would be ideal. We're slight favourites with the media despite our inconsistent form. That's because Swindon haven't won any of their last 5, so possibly a draw could be a positive result here. Anything that keeps us out of the bottom 2, and almost 3,000 coming to the shade today as we hope to continue to make this ground a fortress. Didn't work against Plymouth, but generally it's been very good, and we have had to make some slight changes today. Josh Staunton coming into central midfield as both Nolan and DeMaio are injured. Actually, DeMaio wasn't showing as an injured player there. I'm not quite sure why. He's been out for a little while. He's definitely part of the first team as well. He's the backup central midfielder, but he's not able to play today, so we're missing both of our key playmakers, which could make things slightly more difficult. So Josh Staunton, the holding midfielder, comes in just to try and give us a solid defensive base, and the new man Will Swan's in a number 10 role, so we've got a little bit of quality and cutting edge going forward. So the new keeper Jake Turner's in goal, Cerula and Hansen are now the fullbacks. He's overtaken Duckworth, who's relegated to the bench just because he's improving a lot in training. He's also slightly better defensive minded as well, which does give us a bit of protection at the back. And then we got Francis and Lomas in central defence, Staunton joining here in central midfield, and now Swan's in the 3 behind the front man with Solman and Junior either side of him, and then Dale Southwell, who's banging in the goals up front. We'll be hoping he can do the same again today. Let's get into this first half against Swindon, see if we can get ourselves a decent result. It's a depleted squad in central midfield in particular, but hopefully we'll have just enough to get a positive one. Well, Swindon have matched us up, and there's a few familiar names there. In fact, it's a squad of well-known players. A couple that are featured in the other series. We had Yandolo for a year at Dorking Wanderers. Tilly's someone we tried to sign in that save too. Doughty was on trial with us. In fact, we had loads of Swindon players coming into the club, but they've got a really good team here, and I'd expect them to compete well. One new signing coming into the team today, and although we're a little bit weaker than normal in the middle, we'll be hoping we can find a positive result. So let's ask for an improved performance, see if we can get the lads motivated. We've ignored Kane Rice's advice, but I'm sure he will forgive us as long as we can get ourselves a result today. Here's Southwell to hear him from the kick-off. Francis getting it to Solman from the left wing. It'd be a great start if we could just go through and create one immediately, as Solman beats a couple of challenges there. Up to Junior on the right, who's got overlapping Hansen. Can he get a good ball into the box? The left-back's closing him, and he does really well there, Zeki Friars. Former United youth prospect and Crystal Palace, I think. But he gets the tackle in early doors, and with 5 gone, it remains 0-0. 15 on the clock, we've got a throw-in on the right. Hansen to Swan, who finds Junior. First touch we've seen of Swan on camera. Junior's done brilliantly there. Friars again getting back to make the challenge. He's been really solid at left-back so far. We better hope he's not like that all game. Long ball forward only finds Staunton though. Doing a good job in that holding midfield role. Finds Junior, who takes on his man again. Of course, he switched over to the right since the last episode. Solman coming in on the left as an inverted winger. Junior now an out-and-out winger on the right, although he still seems to be making an effort to cut in. Goal kick from the right-hand side. It finds Junior, who heads away, but a long ball forward finds Hamilton. Beats the keeper. It's a good save, Turner. Tips it behind for a corner kick to Swindon. First danger of the match from the away side, and a clear-cut chance which our keeper saves. Shows the importance of him as Yandolo puts in a corner. Lomas heads away as far as Swan, and now can we get a counter on here as the new signing charges down the left. He's been caught pretty quickly by the defence. Lloyd and the skipper challenges to make it out for a throw-in, and the counter-attack's ended pretty quickly, and we're yet to have a shot on target after 20. Well, we've got a throw-in on the right here. Surely we can create a chance. We have gone to a more positive mentality just to try and get on top. Ball in towards Southwell, nodded down to Solman. His shot's a good effort, but it's not far enough away from the keeper, Henry, and he manages to hold it at the first attempt. It's a brilliant flat goal kick as well. Finds Yandolo, who skins Hansen. He's got it on the wing and he's delivered from the byline. Hansen does well to intercept and clear, and he even finds Junior, who can start a counter. An end-to-end encounter this is becoming. Good slid and through ball, but I think Southwell's offside. Henry saves it anyway. It looked like a really decent chance, but it's straight through to the keeper, who holds comfortably. Well, 10 to half time, it's a goal kick for Henry. Swindon's still just slightly been the better side. Staunton does well though and gets it back to Francis. He finds the left back Cerula. Here's Staunton again out to Solman. He has made a bit of a difference since joining the club. Really looks a tricky player as we end up hoofing it long. No idea how that's controlled possession. The lad's still not quite adapted to our tactic. We have had fleeting moments of good football, but so often we're finding ourselves going long, which completely defies the instructions we've set up. Francis again with a perfect example of that. 60-yard hoof which is nodded down, but Swan's able to get there first and find the wide man, though it's an undercooked pass and Tilly will intercept. Long ball forward towards Hamilton. He's going to beat the defender there. That is woeful from Francis. He got caught flat-footed, finds Yandolo on the edge, and there he is causing the trouble, scores the goal for the away side, and that was also avoidable at the back, and it's a goal from a player we know from our other save. Causing trouble for us in this one. He was pathetic when we had him at Dorking, but with 5 to the break he's given Swindon the lead, and he's delivered a great set piece there as well. Thankfully Doughty heads it over the bar, and we got a lot of thinking to do at half time. Well, there is the whistle. Swindon lead, and probably deservedly so, to be honest. We're going to assertively tell the lads we expect much better. A lot of them motivated, but they were at the start of the game. They didn't respond with performances, and we desperately need them to in the second half. We have dropped our fullbacks to slightly more defensive duties, just to protect ourselves against the high-playing wingers, and Francis has got the ball as centre-half again. He was the man who got caught out for the goal. Long clearance by our keeper to Solman, puts in Southwell who's in one-on-one, has to shoot though he hasn't got the pace. That's probably our only criticism of him. The one good thing is he scores a lot of clear-cut chances, but unfortunately he doesn't get in behind enough. Fryers with a throw on the left for Swindon, still looking like the better side here, to be honest. They're completely comfortable and they've got a really good side. My only question is how on earth are they in the bottom two? They've got some really good players and they're playing nicely here. Hamilton forces a brilliant save from Turner, just a looping cross to the front post, and Turner with an outstretched left hand, brilliant save to tip it behind for a corner. Yandolo delivers again though. Staunton heads away at the back post. He's done a job, but we're really missing Dolan in there, just lacking a bit of creative quality. Here's Fryers who wins it back and plays it inside for Swindon, but the highlight ends with 10 gone in the second half, and unfortunately we still trail 1-0. We've got a free kick on the right here for Hansen though, down the line to Junior who's on that right wing, back to Staunton, and we're being forced backward again. Earing finds the through ball though. It's not a good one though, as it's intercepted by Lydon. Tilly clears it long downfield. The two centre-halves have been beaten again. Turner makes a brilliant save to tip it wide. The offside flag does eventually go off, but these two centre-halves have been woeful today. Lomas probably the weakest player in the team now, particularly in terms of assistant star rating, so if he could get in a good centre-half in the end of the window, it'd probably be the difference between surviving and not. An hour gone, it's yet another corner for the away side. They're completely dominant in terms of chances, and we're going to have to go to an attacking mentality here, as we're creating absolutely nothing. As I say that though, Southwell's got on the end of a long ball. He's been challenged by Lydon though. It's brilliant defending, and the highlight ends with no danger to the Swindon goal, and it's still 1-0 here. We're trailing in this relegation 6-pointer. We've got a quarter of the game to go, so we have to make some changes. Will Swan's had a really awful debut. He's nervous as well, so Danny Lloyd on for him, just to see if the experience makes a difference. Josh Staunton's not had the best game in the middle, but I've got no other central midfielders fit in the squad, so there's absolutely nothing I can do to replace him. We're just going to have to accept he's not good enough. Junior's anxious on the right and he's really struggling physically too, so I'm going to bring on the experienced Duckworth on the wing. It'll protect us against Yandolo who's having the game of his life and also give us a bit more experience delivering into the box. Here's Lloyd holding it up to substitute. He just passed it straight to Yandolo. It's woeful football here. I've no idea where this has come from. I know we've had 2 defeats in a row against top sides, but we've competed really well in those ones, and now Yandolo's ran through and scored again. A brace for the man who was awful for us in the other save, and he's now going to send our Halifax side down. We're going to be back in the relegation zone depending on other results. Let's see, we're hanging on at the moment thanks to Burton. They're 1-0 down away at Northampton. But what a pathetic performance this has been. Not even put up a fight really, to be honest. And I've not been more disappointed since I've joined here. This is definitely the worst performance. This is definitely our worst performance since I've been at the club. What on earth's happened there? Can someone tell me what's gone on there? Yandolo scored a magical goal. I've got to go back and look at this. It looked like it went straight through the net. He hit it so hard it broke the net. It went in that postage stamp top corner. It hit the net and it rifled through it, and it's gone into the crowd after that. You can call it an animation glitch, but he's hit the ball so hard it's gone in. It's unbelievable. It's broken the net, and it's a hat-trick for Yellis Yandolo. A player who could not score and hit a barn door for us at Dorking. In our other series he was absolutely appalling. So bad that we had to sell him cut price after a year, and in this one he's been absolutely magical. As we say that, Dale Southwell's in at the other end, again slides in with composure. finisher. He's been brilliant with clear-cut chances, but it's not enough today. We still trail 3-1, but we are going to go very attacking now. Let's see if we can make some tactical tweaks. In fact, I think I know what we're going to do. We're just going to try and suit our direct play. The lads seem to be going back to this direct style every time, so why do we try and teach them otherwise? Let's get Lloyd out as a winger on attack. We'll do the same with Duckworth on the other wing, and we're going to put Solomon up front alongside Southwell, and he's going to be replaced by Sam Smith. Smith a natural target man, so we'll just get him up there as well. We're going to go and change to long ball tactics here. I mean, the lads are ignoring us anyway, so it's pretty irrelevant us doing otherwise. So let's just see if we can get the ball forward quickly. We've still got play out of defence on, but as you've been seeing all game, they've just been hoofing it forward. I've no idea how we're supposed to solve that. We're going to hit early crosses into the box, take long kicks towards the target man, distribute quickly, counter-attack at speed, take long kicks as well. And we've got the lads as forward as we're willing to have them, as they're still getting done over the top all the time. So let's get back into it. 12 minutes to go. Can we create a magical comeback? We wouldn't deserve a point out of this game today, but I wouldn't complain if we were able to nick one. It just shows that we are going to need new signings, as Henry picks it up in a Swindon goal. He goes long downfield and it's out of play. Hansen manages to just keep it in. Why he kept it in, it was going out for our throw, and instead he headed it straight back to their left back, and it's just a sign of the naivety in this squad. We're just not good enough, not following tactical instructions, and after a promising start, the new manager bouncer's well and truly gone. 3 defeats on the bounce this will be, and this one against Swindon at home to a relegation rival. Yandolo's in again on the left wing. He's going to make it 4, is he? He hits the post and is cleared away. Elish Yandolo has had an unbelievable game. Those of you following the other series will really be confused by this, as he was absolutely appalling in that one. And he's transfer listed there for Swindon again. Surplus to requirements. He scored a hat-trick for them to keep them up. Been one of their best performers all season. It's baffling why he's on the transfer list here. In his save, he's been an absolute monster. Hamilton again. Turner makes the save. Hacked off the line by Cerula. It is chances at will for Swindon. They can have a shot on goal whenever they want to. Tilly's being closed down, but it's gone out for a corner again. Yandolo with the in-swinging delivery. Romanski hits the bar and Tilly's thirst to the second ball. Thankfully his control's poor and it's out for a goal kick. We've got a message to say Halifax fans are leaving the stadium already. I can't blame them on this performance. It's been so out of character for us so far, but maybe it's just the new manager bounce over. Hamilton in again. Turner makes the save. I'm actually going to drop back to just normal attacking, because on this one we've been absolutely outclassed, as Flores gets it to Tilly on the left again. He's beaten the fullback as he delivers into the box. Hamilton's not chasing. Turner brings it down and he can go long. Can we try and create a chance? Turner with a goal kick. There we go. We've got it on long play and he's tried to play a short ball to the fullback. They're ignoring every tactic we've made as Cerula gets it into Earing. Long ball forward, Smith flicks on. No one's there for the second ball though. No midfield runners and Southwell's miles ahead, so unfortunately it doesn't lead to anything. Tilly back to Donahue and now Dougherty. Brilliant triangle football from Swindon. How are they playing like a side in the bottom two? I mean, they won't be after this game as Yandolo gets it again. Probably just shoot as he tries to. It's a good block from Hansen and Duckworth brings it away. He's got a chance to charge down the right. In behind towards Southwell. Is he going to get there? He does beat the defender to the ball and he delivers a good ball, but Danny Lloyd doesn't chase it. Even Smith, the target man, didn't attack the box. Cleared away for a throw-in and we continue to press, but with 5 minutes of stoppage time it's too little too late. We've got a free kick with Francis here and it's a brilliant effort. It's the post, but it's just not good enough to be honest. And I can't really tell you, I'm sure it comes across. I'm absolutely devastated by this performance. We've been so good and the lads have worked so hard since we got here, but today they've not really put up a fight. Here's Southwell coming forward again to Duckworth. Got an overlap on the right from Hansen. Delivers into the back post. Lloyd volleys in. It's a consolation in the 4th minute of stoppage time. We've got 90 seconds to try and nick an equaliser, but it's probably a little bit too late. It looks like the 5 minutes are up now. Southwell's been fouled in the middle there. How was the referee not given that? Indicating no foul. He was sent absolutely flying. Hamilton runs in the other end and puts it behind, and that's going to be the last action of the match. That free kick could have been the grandstand finish we were looking for, but instead it's going to be a 3-2 defeat. And although the lads have fought well to try and come back into it, we've not done enough to get anything out of this match. Twine on the right hand side, challenged by Lloyd. Going to be a Swindon throw in now, and with 6 minutes of the 5 overtime played, the final whistle does finally go. A 3-2 defeat. We tried to come back, and then it's Yandolo hat-trick, which is remarkable. He even broke the net with a 3rd goal. What more can you do about a performance like that? A decent effort to come back in the last 10, but overall the performance was disappointing, and we'll agree with Kane Rice because he's absolutely right. We haven't made a good enough fist of it. A very entertaining game though, plenty of action at both ends, and we stay 2 points clear due to Burton's defeat, but Swindon overtake us and we're now the closest side, which is going to be a worry for us moving forward. What we're going to very quickly do here, as Yandolo's the star of the show in the media, is skip through to the end of transfer deadline day and see if our director of football helps us out anymore. Well, we spent most of the first part of the episode thanking the director of football. We're certainly not going to be doing that now. No more signings on deadline day, so we've got to fight with the squad we've got. And with the injuries we have in central midfield at the moment, that's a huge concern for us moving forward. So we're going to have to try and stay up. We're just above the waterline at the moment. But of course this is going to be a difficult run-in. And we've played a lot of the sides that are in and around us already. And now we're going to have to try and work through man management. So we're going to get busy on the training ground and we'll have a look at that in the next episode. We will probably leave it a month and a half or so. So the idea is to show 2 more episodes, maybe try and squeeze a double header into one of them as well. So we'll come back for 2 of these fixtures in March here. I know Stevenage were down near the bottom with us. They're down in 19th place at the moment, so certainly a massive game against them. And we'll maybe pick that one or a couple of others just to try and get you involved in the relegation battle. But if you did enjoy this episode and that narrow defeat to Swindon, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know in the comments what you think of the 3 signings we did get in. Our director of football obviously doing some decent work there. It's a shame he just couldn't get one more to cheer me up on deadline day, but I understand it with the financial restrictions. Let me know what you thought of Ellis Yandolo's performance, particularly if you watched him for us with Dorking in the other save, playing exactly the same position, role and duty today, and in that one he was absolutely wonderful. And have you ever seen someone break the net before? That was something a bit new for me. A wonderful strike from the right hand side from him, but how it broke the net I just don't know. Finally, with the transfer window done now, do you think we can stay up? Let me know down in the comments where you think we'll finish. We've got the bottom side Carlisle away from home next weekend. I've just spoken to the lads and given them a team meeting. I've got the morale back on side, but with 3 defeats on the bounce, it's going to be so crucial we get back to at least a point. We need to get a result here, otherwise we'll drop back towards the bottom 2, and of course be within 3 points of both of them then. If you're new to the channel, then subscribe for daily FM20 content from my 2 long-term stories. This one will be back in a couple of days' time as we try to compete for survival, and Dorking Wanderers will be back tomorrow. Thankfully, we're fighting more at the other end of the table in that one. Finally, I'm part of a podcast that does matchday vlogs and interviews. The matchday vlogs playlist is in the eye above. A massive thank you to everyone who supported the one at the weekend. The support for it has been absolutely sensational, and if you haven't seen it already, please do give it a try and let us know what you think of the content. But a massive thanks for watching this one and your continued support of this series as always. I really do greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you next time for some big games in March as we try to keep Halifax in the Football League.